Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host Reese. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you do like my content, please leave a like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below or send me an email. I would love to hear from you. And now for today's video. You are God's first cause, God's perfect being, God remembering itself. What could be more perfect, right? So in our contemplation of self, the first step, the only step, is recognizing who I am. But you often find yourself talking to yourself, talking about I am, expressing yourself, thinking, complaining, whatever it is, right? Who is listening? And who am I in relation to whomever I am speaking to as if someone else is listening? You see, when I complain, it's essentially acknowledging a higher power that I am speaking to. Someone or something judging my every move or word, validating my experience of reality. Validating whatever it is I have to complain about or kick and scream about, right? We do this all of our lives. We do this all the time, right? Complain to parents, friends, teachers, a diary, the empty void into the night, screaming into a pillow, right? Yet, we rarely question why we feel the complaint at all, or what it truly means, or what we are pointing to in contrast. Unpacking this, ultimately, there's no one there. It doesn't mean that you are alone, but no one above or below you can act on your complaints. You see, God is perfect. God is infinite. From that infinity segmented itself into each of our individualized consciousnesses of ourselves. While each consciousness is ultimately infinite, we are still experiencing our specific viewpoint as if we are the only consciousness that's there, because it's only your consciousness that is having anything to do with your reality in its knowingness of itself. So your specific viewpoint, while we are all experiencing this moment-to-moment co-created experience, right? It's still that there's infinite potential for each one of our points of view. So you, me, everyone are God's number one effect, now God's number one cause, God's perfect being, God itself remembering itself. What could be more perfect than that, right? To complain from a 3D self is to shout into your own divine mind, creating the experience of shouting. It's always there, which is why you can tap into it every moment. It just exists infinitely. Passion, love, and bliss flow through this filter, you. Which is why anger, as Abraham Hicks notes, is a powerful feeling. She actually says something along the lines of, anger is a lot more creative of a force than submissive suffering, because it's more active. It's you being more active in a way, right? You aren't resonating, resigning? You aren't, this word is right there. You aren't designing to the moment, right? Not necessarily creative on its own, but it allows you to feel your own being more profoundly. You're feeling your own energy, you're feeling your own power, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling I am. It's the same as bliss and love, because there's only love as a filter. We're just filtering it through something else in that moment. The other you that you are complaining to, right? That you imagine yourself speaking to. It's nothing. It's you. It's a mirror of yourself. It's not even visible. It's just a knowing I'm speaking to a version of myself I am creating right here, right now, to speak my complaint to, speak my expression. You are God. This doesn't mean you should ignore your feelings like frustration or annoyance. Instead, understand them, right? When something goes wrong, recognize that what you are feeling, what you don't desire, what you do desire, is all happening in one go, because you are also feeling what you do desire while not experiencing what you desire more fully. Basically, you are simultaneously experiencing both, right? As you are both, recognizing, hey, I am both of these things. I might be experiencing one of these things physically in the moment, but the only reason I can experience this thing so in-depthly to the point where it can feel quite triggering to me is that I'm also recognizing what I do desire. So one experience feels more yourself, which is what you do desire, while the other reflects your own created limitation. And that's okay. It is okay because you are consciously limiting yourself while recognizing yourself unlimited. You have an unlimited number of limited experiences. While the experience is limited to the moment it is experienced in, you have an unlimited amount of them. So why is any of this okay? Why is it okay to be kicking and screaming, right? Very simply, you cannot think a thought that doesn't already exist. Every thought comes from the divine mind expressing itself. You are never thinking outside of it. Kick, scream, shout, but do so in the knowing that I am. Do so in the knowing that it is more I am as that. Even if it feels like you are outside of yourself, it's still you expressing yourself. Resting or opposing yourself only creates contrast. Knowing you are the light turns it into awareness rather than opposition. So who are you then in all this? You are the light itself. You can see yourself as the only awareness lighting up your reality. You're the only one lighting up your own anger. You're the only one lighting up your own bliss. You're the only one lighting up your own viewpoint. Or you can imagine someone else is doing it for you. It's still you creating that effect of someone else doing it for you. And when you unpack that, you realize no one else is experiencing your viewpoint. Without your perspective, your viewpoint of reality wouldn't exist. And you can think about this, right? I like to play with this myself. Where, say you go to the mall or wherever you go, right? That viewpoint of you experiencing it, it doesn't, that entire reality of what everyone's doing and you experiencing it from your point of view, including what you are doing, right? It doesn't exist without your awareness of it. It's inactive. It's not there. It's still in potential. If you removed it, you're removing part of God. It's not the same thing as saying, oh, well, I can be aware of this while I'm not there physically. That's another entire different reality experience altogether. You became aware of two. It's a separate thing. Your viewpoint's that important where it cannot be removed. If it were to be removed, you're removing literally a part of God. That's how important you are. Imparted wisdom. Every part of reality you perceive exists as part of a viewpoint. Paradoxically, it is already yours because you can be aware of it. You are the creator of what you see, and it is your choice to walk in the assumption that whatever you do see must subsequently already have been yours. That's the whole point of what an assumption is. That's the whole point of what reality creation is. So you recognize that when you imagine yourself or imagine you physically not being in a certain situation, those are all reality experiences. They all exist. Just because you're not physically in a moment doesn't mean it is the same reality where you're not there. It's not. Because remember, when you physically perceive yourself in a moment, everything is your awareness, and it is your awareness perceiving your physical self there as well, because you know you are perceiving your physical self there as well. So everything that is created from the very same awareness is perceiving you being there. That's why you get this thing that says, hey, your desire desires you, because it's a reflection of you. So when you desire the experience, it's not your physical self that is desiring to be in that moment. It is you as reality desiring to light up this moment. So the entire thing is you. All of it's you. All of it's you as consciousness, but you are experiencing that lit up experience as consciousness from your viewpoint. So desire what you desire. Kick and scream when you feel like kicking and screaming because something happened, right? it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. It can't matter. It has never mattered. But don't make anything else relevant other than recognizing that you are the light of whatever is being lit up in the moment. That's the only thing that really matters, right? And think about it. If you were kicking and screaming and that stopped manifesting, reality would stop, because you are manifesting all of reality simultaneously, including the kicking and screaming right then and there, here and now, because it only exists ever here and now. So light up what you desire. Imagine what you desire fully, knowing that I am the creator of it. Experience it from the viewpoint of I am bliss itself. And this is my choice of how to experience said bliss, experience said I amness, experiencing the fun of who I am as reality, creating fun and experiencing itself eternally for eternity. That's who I am. And I am your host, Reese. This is Reese, your reality with Reese. Thank you all for being here. Much love, much light. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for the liking. Thank you for the following and the subscriptions. Feel free to drop a question in the comment section or send me an email anytime. Thank you for joining the TikTok page. Thank you for joining the Facebook page. Love and light, and I will see you all in the next one.